If we consider two masses m1 and m2 separated by some distance r, the force of attraction, that is gravitational force of attraction between these two, is given by capital G m1 m2 by r square. We studied about this yesterday. So here G is equal to 6.67 into 10 power minus 11 Newton meter square kg power minus 2. This is the value of capital G. Now, if you write this in vector form, F12 bar is given by capital G, M1 M2 by R cube, R12 bar can be written as 12 bar. And similarly, F21 bar can be written as capital G, M1 M2 by R cube, R21 bar. If you see these two magnitudes, this attracts this with a force in this direction. So this is the force experienced by second one due to first one. This is the force experienced by first one due to the second one. You can see these two are acting in the opposite direction. That means the magnitude of F12 bar is equal to magnitude of F21 bar. So their forces are equal, magnitudes are equal. But what about the direction? They are equal and opposite. So what we can write? F12 bar is equal to minus F21 bar. So these two forces are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction, but their magnitudes are same. Now, this capital G, universal gravitational constant, was determined by Cavendish by one experimental setup called a Cavendish experiment to determine capital G. So in this experimental setup, he used two big balls. Here this is M, this is also M, and it is suspended from a support with the help of a string. Now, if a small mass is kept here, small m and small m here at almost equal distance from each other. Now, we know that due to gravitational force, these two attracts with each other as well as these two attracts with each other. So due to this, slightly these masses will move. As these are fixed here, these two masses are suspended from a support. Here this is support. So these two will move. So this will move an angle by an angle theta. So here they are rotating in this direction. They are going to rotate here. So a torque is acting here. The torque tau is given by I alpha. So here, what is the torque? Torque is the product of one of the force between these two. So what is the force between these two? Let us say the distance between these two is R. So this is F into R, which is given by F is equal to capital G, M1, M2, that is capital M into small m. So here I am going to write capital M into small m by this distance between these two is R square. But this distance from here to here, let me take it as not R, because already I denoted this R. So let me take it as X. So let us say this is half of the length of the rod that we have taken. So L by 2 let me take, total length L. So this is L by 2. So this is L by 2. But the torque tau is equal to I alpha. So we can write this as I alpha. So from this, how to find this capital G value? The capital G value is given by moment of inertia of the system into alpha into R square into 2 by capital M small m into L. So by substituting all these known quantities, Cavendish determined capital G value and he found this as 6.67 into 10 power minus 11 and the unit is Newton meter square kg power minus 2. So by using this simple experimental setup, he found a capital G value. Next one, weight W. What is this weight? If you take our earth of mass m, this is radius r, rm. So here, if you keep any body, so there exists a force of attraction between this body of mass small m and the earth here. The force with which the earth attracts this body towards its center is called weight of that body. The force of gravitation with which a body is attracted by the earth towards its center is called weight of the body. So we generally denote with the W. So now how to find this weight? First of all, what is this gravitational force? The gravitational force is the force of attraction between two bodies in this universe. Remember the difference. Gravitational force of attraction or simply gravitational force. The attractive force between two bodies. This is the attraction force between any two bodies in the universe. Now if you take Jupiter here, so this is a Jupiter and this is our Earth. So these two attract each other. This force is called gravitational force. Similarly, if you take the Sun and the Saturn here, planet, these two attract each other. This is also force, gravitational force. If you take a person here and one more person here, the force of attraction between these two is also called gravitational force because it is the attractive force between any two bodies. Those two bodies may be anything, between a man and an ant. So this is an ant. So between these two also there exists a force of attraction. This is also called a gravitational force of attraction only. But if one of the body in these two, if one of the body is the earth, then this force is simply known as gravity. So please remember this one. Gravity is the force of attraction between one body and the earth. So force of attraction between a body and the earth. So one of the body must be earth, the other body may be anything. So then this force is called gravity. Now if you take a freely falling body here, this is a freely falling body. When it is falling freely, so here the body velocity, when it is dropped from a height, let us say this velocity is 0. When it is dropped here, its velocity gradually increases as it comes towards the surface of earth, here. So that means this body will get some acceleration. So this acceleration attained by this body is due to the pulling force of the earth. So this is nothing but the gravitational force of attraction between this body and earth. So that's why this acceleration is due to the gravitational force. As one of the body is earth, so we call it as acceleration due to gravity. So this is called acceleration due to gravity. So whenever you are using this word gravity, one of the body in those two bodies must be earth only. Now in this case, if you consider this weight is nothing but the gravitational force of attraction, the force with which the body attracted by the earth. So here what I am going to write, force between these two bodies, when the body is kept on the surface of earth, force between these two bodies is given by, according to Newton's law of gravitation, we can write F is equal to capital G, m1 m2 by r square. So what is the force of attraction between these two? The force of attraction between this body, so forget about the body which is falling from a height. I am going to take only the body which is kept on the surface of earth. So here, what is the force of attraction between that body and the earth? So gravitational constant is capital G. Mass of the first body, that is mass of earth only. Mass of the second body, m, by distance between these two. How to find the distance between these two? Remember students, we need to consider the distance between the two center of masses. Center of mass for this one is this, center of mass for this one is this, and the distance between these two. Some students may think that there is no gap between these two, so there is no distance. No, we have to consider the force between the distance between the center of mass of this body, center of mass of our earth, or at the earth center. So these two are separated by a distance r. That's why I am going to write F is equal to capital J m1 m2 by r square. So this is the force of attraction. This force is also called weight of the body. So this is equal to weight of the body. F is equal to ma. F is equal to ma according to Newton's second law, but here a is equal to g. So this is mg. Now you can cancel m and m. So what is the this small g value here? This is capital G, capital M by r square. So this is the relation between small g and capital G. This mass of the earth can also be written as, we know that density is equal to mass by volume. So mass of the body is equal to density into volume. So this can also be written as small g is equal to capital G by r square, and mass of the body is equal to density into, what is the volume of the body? 4 by 3 pi r cube. We know that earth is not exactly a sphere, but if you consider earth as a sphere, then volume of the sphere will become 4 by 3 pi r cube. This r cube and r square get cancelled. Small g is equal to 4 pi rho g by 3. So this is also one more relation between small g and capital G, which is given by 4 by 3 pi rho g. Pi rho g, but here r is also there. 5 by 3. 4 by 3 pi rho g r. Variation of small g value. We know that the value of small g is equal to 9.8. In the previous lessons, in a motion a straight line or motion a plane, work energy, power, laws of motion, including the system of particles or rotation motion, we took small g as 9.8 meter per second square. This is the average value of small g on the surface of earth. That means the value of small g changes from place to place. Here, how this small g changes, on what factor small g changes? The first one is altitude or height above the earth. Number 2, depth under the earth. Number 3, the shape of the earth. Number 4, latitude. Number 5, this conditions, local conditions. So let me explain in detail one by one. The first one, altitude or height. So how small g changes with the height of the earth, height above the earth. Now, here, if you consider our earth, so this I am considering, even though it is not a perfect sphere, it is flattened on the poles and bulged along the equator. So if you consider this earth as a perfect sphere, so this is a sphere of radius r and m, where r is the radius of the sphere, m is the mass of the earth here. Now, what is small g here? Just now we derived the relation small g on the surface of earth. That means if a body is placed here of mass m, these two attracts with each other with a force F is equal to capital G, capital M small m by r square, which is equal to weight. So from this what I am going to write, capital G capital M small m by r square is the force of attraction between these two, which is nothing but weight. So when these two get cancelled, small g can be written as capital G capital M by r square. So on the surface of earth small g value, so g on the earth surface is given by, here this is equal to capital G capital M by r square. This is GE. So I am going to write this as GE. This is the first equation. Now, if you bring or if you take this body to a height h here, somewhere here. So if you keep this body at a height above the surface of earth, then small g at a height h above the surface of earth. So this I am going to write as g at a height h above the surface of earth. Now if you take the same expression there, what we can write? You can write as, this is the center of earth. This is a body of mass m. What is the force of attraction between these two? The force of attraction between these two bodies is given by capital G. Capital M is the mass of earth. Small m is mass of this body. What is the distance of separation between these two? From here to here r, from here to here h. R plus h whole square is equal to mgh. Because on the surface of earth small g is equal to GE. Here this is denoted with GH. Now cancel this and this. So what is GH? Gm by this is R plus H whole square. So this is equation 2. You can see these two equations. Here the numerator is same. This is G into M. G is a constant. M is mass of earth, which is also constant, which equals 6 into 10 power 24 kgs. This is also constant. So now if you compare these two, if you divide 2 with 1, you are going to get GH is equal Gm by R plus H whole square by Ge is equal Gm by R square. So from this we can write GH is equal to Ge into, this will go up, R square by R plus H whole square. So this is how you will can get the value of small g at a height h above the surface of earth. You can see this one, the value of acceleration toward the surface of earth is equal to 9.8. So what is GH? This is 9.8 into the radius of earth is, remember students, this value is 6400 kilometers. So this will be 6400 into 10 power 3, because kilometers we are converted to meters, divided by, this is 6400 into 10 power 3 plus some height. This height may be 100 meters, 200 meters, 1000 kilometers, 5000 kilometers. So let me take 500 meters whole square. You can see the denominator has more value, bigger value than the numerator. So this value should be less than 1. So what is the value of small gh? It is 9.8 into less than 1. So this value is less than 1. So GH is equal to less than 9.8. This should be equal to less than 9.8 meter per second square. So the value of G at a height h above the surface of earth is always less than 9.8. So from this what we can say, if you move away from the earth, gradually small g decreases. Suppose if the height is very small when compared to the radius of earth, let us say body is taken only from here to here, so a small distance, maybe 100 meters. So if h is very small, much lesser than r, so then what is the condition here? So let me take the same formula here. GH is equal G into R square by R plus H whole square. This equation can be written like this. Now what I am going to write, this will become G into R square by, if you take R common, 1 plus H by R. So now you can see R into 1 is R into H by R get cancelled, H whole square. So these two are same equations. Now this can be written as G into R square by, this is R into square, R square. This will become 1 plus H by R whole square. You can cancel R square and R square. This will become G into 1 by 1 plus H by R whole square. When it goes up, this will become, when it comes to numerator, it is in denominator here. If you write this in numerator, 1 plus H by R whole power minus 2. So this will become G into, in binomial expansion, we have seen this one, 1 plus x whole power n is equal to 1 plus nx, if x is much lesser than 1. So this is you are going to learn in mathematics. Here x value should be very small. Suppose 1 plus 1 whole square is equal, 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 square, this is 4. 1 plus 0.00001 whole square. Now if you want to do this one, we need a calculator or we need some time. But here, if you know this formula, here x is much lesser than 1. So x value is very small when compared to this. So this is x here, this is 1. 0.00001 is much lesser than 1. So now directly you can write this as 1 plus nx. So this is 1 plus n is 2, x is this value 0.00001. So which is equal to 1.00002. So you can use this binomial approximation only if this value is very small. Suppose if it is 1, you cannot write 2 into 1, 2 plus 1, 3. So that is wrong. Only if this value is very small. So please remember this one. And in this expression also, h is very small. H by r will become very, very small. So now this is in the form of 1 plus x whole power n will become 1. This power will come here. So if you bring this power here, you can write minus 2 into this h by r. So this is an expression to find out value of small g when height is very small. In PUC problems, generally problem will be given based on this formula, but in competitive exams, the formulas or the problems will be based on this expression, that is 1 minus 2h by r. So what is the difference between gh and g on the surface of earth and at a height h above the surface of earth? So now I am going to take this one. G on the surface of earth is equal to g. G at a height h is equal to g of 1 minus 2h by r. So what is the difference between these two values? Which is bigger here? GH is small, GE is big. So GE greater than GH. So now subtract these two. GE minus GH is equal G minus G of 1 minus 2h by r. So GE minus G is equal G minus G minus of minus plus 2gh by r. You can cancel this and this. This value will become 2gh by r. You bring this g here. This is the change in g value, which you can write delta g by, when you bring this g here, this will become 2h by r. Remember student, this is only if h is much lesser than r only. So this is called change in small g by original value. This is called fractional change in small g, which is equal to 2 times of the height of the body above the surface of earth by radius of earth. So this is called fractional change in small g. Now, what is this percentage change in small g? The percentage change in small g is given by, in this case, percentage means just multiply with 100 on both sides. So percentage change in small g is given by, multiply this one, delta g by g into 100 is equal to 2h by r into 100. This is the 200h by r. So if you know the h value, r value is always constant, 6400 in 10 power 3 or 6400 kilometers. If h is given, you can find this percentage change in small g as well as fractional change in small g or change in small g only if h is very small. If h is bigger, then we have to use this formula. So there also you can find gh minus g, which is given by this is ge. So this minus ge, then you can simplify that one. You can get the percentage change as well as fractional change when h is similar or nearly equal to smaller or larger than this one. Why? Because if r is equal to 6400 kilometers, if h is very big, this may be 6400 kilometers, 12800 kilometers or 1 lakh kilometers, or at a large distance h may be very big also, very large also when compared to smaller. Then we have to use this formula. Don't confuse between these two formulas. We have to use this if h is very big. We have to use this if h is much lesser than r. Second one, variation of small g with depth below the earth's surface. We know that this is our earth of radius r with mass m. Now if you keep a body of mass m here, so what is the small g value, or what is the force of attraction between these two bodies? First of all, F is given by capital G, capital M, small m by r square. Now we know that the mass of earth, actually density of earth is not uniform throughout its volume, because here density is more. As you go down, density gradually decreases, and at center you may get a plasma state. That's why density is not uniform. But if you consider that earth is a sphere of uniform density, so this can be written as capital G by r square. Mass of earth is equal to density into volume of earth into mass of the body kept on the surface of earth. So this F can be written as capital G by r square rho 4 by 3 pi r cube into m. This r square also get cancelled. So this force is also known as weight of the body mg. Now you cancel this and this. So what is small g? This is given by 4 by 3 pi r rho g. 4 by 3 pi r rho g. This is small g value. Already we derived this, the relation between small g and capital G. Now Here on the surface of earth, on the surface of earth, small g on the surface of earth, I am writing GE, that is small g on the surface of earth, which is given by this formula. Actually this is nothing but a small g, so capital Gm by r square. I am just changing that m into density into volume. So this will become 4 by 3 pi r rho g. This is equation 1. Now if you bring this body of small body of mass m to a depth d below the surface of earth, so this is a new position of the body. So if you bring this body from here to here, so it is not on the surface of earth now, it is on a small sphere of radius small r. Here when the body is placed here, the radius of earth was capital R, now it is on a sphere of radius small r here. Now, so this is not from here to here capital R, but from here to here capital R minus d, because it is brought to a depth d from the surface of earth. So this is the effective volume or effective radius of this one. This is the effective volume which this body is placed. Now, what is the force of attraction between these two? Now, here I am going to write, when the body is taken to a depth small d from the surface of earth, then what we can write? Now I am going to write the small g value at a depth d, not on the surface of earth, here at a depth d. So I am taking this as a small gd. So this is a 4 by 3 will not change, pi value will not change, but what is the r value? When the body is on the surface of earth, distance between the body and the center of earth was capital R. Now the distance between the body and the center of mass of earth is r minus d. So only this magnitude will change here, factor, and the density, uniform density constant, capital G is always constant. This is equation 2. Now this is the small d value at a depth d from the surface of earth. So now divide 2 by 1, equation 2 by 1, GD is equal 4 by 3 pi r minus g rho g by, so this will be g on the surface of earth is 4 by 3 pi r rho g. 4 by 3 by 4 by 3 cancel, rho g cancel, this will become r minus d by r. So what is this GD here? This will go that side, GE r minus d by r, which you can write GE 1 minus d by r. So what is the acceleration due to gravity at the depth d from the surface of earth? So GD is given by g on the surface of earth into 1 minus the depth d by this r. This is the equation of acceleration towards the depth d from the surface of earth. Here above the surface of earth h can take any value, because we can go to a maximum value, not only 6,400 kilometers, we can go up to 1 lakh, 2 lakh or 1 crore, some millions of kilometers. So we can find small g due to the earth at any place in the universe. But here if you want to go deep into the earth, you can go up to here only. After reaching the center, what happens? If you come this side, then we have to consider this distance from this surface. That's why the maximum distance that you can go deep into that is only the radius of earth. Now here what I am going to write, here also you can see GD is equal to G of 1 minus d by r. As d is a lesser value, this is r is more, this is always less than 1. So this value is always less than GE. So GD always less than GE. That is, either you go up above the surface of earth at a height h, or if you go deep into the earth, small g always decreases. Please note this one. As we go above the surface of earth or as we go deep into the earth, small g decreases in both cases. If you take this point, that is center of the earth, what is small g at the center of earth? Small g at center of earth. So small g at depth d is given by g on the surface of earth by 1 minus t by r. So what is the depth here? Depth is nothing but radius of the body. So d is equal to r. So gd is equal gu into 1 minus r by r. At the center means, remember this one, at the center depth is equal to radius. So d is equal to r. So I am replacing d with r get cancelled 1. So gd, it will become ge into 1 minus 1. So acceleration due to gravity at the center of the earth is given by 0. So in place of d I am writing g at the center of earth is always 0. So the two cases so far. Height is the first one, depth is the second one. So in these two cases, what is the formula for height above the surface of earth? Gh is equal g of 1 minus 2h by r. Remember, you can use this formula only if h is very small. Or one more formula, gh is equal g into r square by r plus h whole square. Now what about the formula here? A small g at depth d is equal to g of 1 minus t by r. Now if you draw the graph for this one, for small heights only, this is for small depth, because the maximum depth itself is the radius of earth only. Now for this, if you draw the graph above the surface of earth, so this is r value, this is small g value. Now I am not going to take this center of earth as a O. I am going to take this one. I am not going to take up to this distance where small r is equal to capital R. So after that, what is small g when small r is equal to capital R? Let us say this is 9.8. So this is 9.8 meter per second square. So after that, what happens? So this one above height, when this value is gradually increasing, so 2h value increases. When it increases, as it is constant, this value increases gradually, and 1 minus 2h by r value will decrease. Small g decreases. So small g decreases here. So slowly this value decreases like this. So this is the curve here. Now if you take this one within the radius, that means from center of earth to this one, we have this formula gd is equal to g of 1 minus d by r. So here this is gradually decreasing. If d increases, this value increases, this value decreases. And we know that one more formula for this one is gd is equal 4 by 3 pi r minus t rho g. So either this is constant, this is constant, this is constant, this is constant. gd directly proportional to r minus t. If two physical quantities are directly proportional to each other, then this can be written as or drawn as a straight line passing through origin. So this is the curve that gives the variation of small g with depth up to here, and after that with the height. So here g inversely proportional to the distance above the surface of earth, but here g directly proportional to r. At the center, when r is equal to 0, g will become 0. So up to radius or up to surface of earth, up to surface of the earth, small g varies linearly with distance or with r. But above surface of earth, small g varies inversely with r.